Hello all and welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the recent love and support on not yesterday's video, the day before. No video yesterday as I've been incredibly busy trying to keep up my schedule with this and make sure I'm maintaining those regular uploads for you guys. That being said, this may be a long one as there's a ton of information to cover today. Obviously some big announcements from the United States and the UK central banks as the monetary policy committees have pushed up interest rates yet again to record highs, in fact, in the United Kingdom since 2009, and a very large hike not seen for many years in the United States. Unfortunately, that has triggered a equity market sell-off, which is pretty typical of interest rate hikes. And as I've mentioned before, strong correlation between cryptocurrencies and equities markets. Hence, we are seeing a sell-off now. The crypto fear and greed index is currently sat at a 27. Mentioned in previous videos, if you guys have seen them, that this is technically a lagging indicator, and we're probably now somewhere down in the extreme fear range. If we look at the daily crypto bubble chart, we can see majority of the coins are now bleeding out and have given up majority of those very nice gains that we saw yesterday. In fact, a lot of projects were up quite healthily yesterday. I think I saw Hbar up roughly 8%, 5 or 6% for XRP, and some other projects had gone up 10 to 15%. So it was a very good day yesterday in anticipation of those rate hikes. Unfortunately, the rate hikes have come into place and people are again continuing to de-risk. Don't forget, interest rates are effectively a risk-free asset. So why bear more risk if you can get higher returns from a risk-free asset? That's effectively what governs these markets at the end of the day. That being said, I just want to quickly jump over and talk about SaucerSwap again. This is going to be a quick update. Gleese over on the Discord server, one of the core team from SaucerSwap, did mention all of the channels the other day that the snapshot has probably been taken, or to assume that the snapshot has already been taken. Therefore, it may be smart not to move anything around anymore if it hasn't been taken, just in case. Just want to let you guys know that. That being said as well, this is the wallet address 0.0731861 for the source faucet. So this is where those source tokens are distributed from when you guys do a source me command over on the Discord server. And what we can see is there's only 2.8 million tokens left in that wallet. Now, I have shown this on the channel before, and I did post these over in the SaucerSwap Discord server, but we can see on the 30th of April, there was roughly 5.5 million tokens remaining in that wallet. As of the 3rd, only 3.7 million tokens left, even less now 2 days on. Percentage change over that period was a drawdown of roughly 31%, average daily token draw of 560,000 tokens. You kind of extrapolate that out and drop it into a very quick forecast, and you basically find out that the faucet is going to run out of tokens on the 9th or 10th of May. So literally within 4 or 5 days, that faucet's going to dry up. Why is this important? Well, it's important because the team had stressed several times before they were trying to coincide the launch very closely with the faucet drying up. So this could mean we're in for some big announcements over the next week or 2 weeks regarding the SaucerSwap launch. That being said as well, it also ties in nicely with the fact that they've announced recently that they're having official audits done by reputable firms. So hopefully we do see some more information. Also, talking about DEXs and audits, Tangent.finance has recently just been audited, and I believe that has been successful. I think it's available over on their Twitter page, so we may also see some launch dates coming out of them very soon. And don't forget, we've also got Hedera Starter looking to launch somewhere in the next couple of weeks, and the HSuite token sale, the initial token offering, is still available. I think there's roughly 1/3 of those tokens left, so make sure you grab some of those if you want to be involved in that project early. Jumping over and looking at the markets in general and the future of cryptocurrencies, a big move has just happened. CBOE, which is the Chicago Board Options Exchange, one of the largest in the world, in fact, stated previously they need to move quickly in crypto following an exchange acquisition. So what they've effectively done is just picked up an exchange called ErisX, which is a cryptocurrency exchange, and they are going to be integrating that directly into their options exchange. Now, this is important because you've got a very large volume-based options exchange already purchasing and integrating a cryptocurrency exchange because they know the future is going to be in crypto, and lots of these digital assets will be traded via these types of exchanges. They don't want to miss the boat. They want to make sure that they've already got the infrastructure in place in order to enable not only retail but these institutions to get on board in buying and selling of digital assets. So this is a massive move, and I've said it time and time again. do what they do, not what they say, and the writing is on the wall. Loads of these institutions are moving into the space, and for good reason. They know there's going to be there's money to be made, and the potential of crypto is effectively uncapped towards the upside over the long term. That being said, obviously do your own research on that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, obviously a lot of the markets at the moment are spooked by this news here. So 21 hours ago from Blockwords, Fed raised the interest rates by 50 BPS, so that's basis points or 0.5%. Biggest hike since 2000, and in the UK, similar has happened, 0.25% increase, 25 basis points, highest interest rates we've seen in the UK since 2009, all in an attempt to curb inflation. That being said, I'm still investing into crypto. My strategy doesn't change here. I will be continuing to average into those positions. Hbar is an undeniable buy for me at this point, and I am stacking as much of it as I possibly can. Jumping over again and looking at adoption into the future, Californian governor has issued an executive order on crypto as the state embraces blockchain technology. So Governor Newsom's executive order on blockchain aligns with the Biden administration proposal in March. The directive spells out a roadmap on regulatory and consumer protections. And the governor is calling on California to examine using blockchain solutions in state operations. So this is massive. California is effectively looking to embrace the technology from cryptocurrencies and utilize and leverage that into the future in order to make sure the economy continues to grow and the state continues to grow. Tech investors and businesses in California have been betting on crypto for well over a decade. Now the governor of the US state with the largest economy is joining the party. Massive, massive news here, and this cannot be understated at all. Again, writing's on the wall. That being said, just taking a look at the size of California anyway, if they do become a crypto hub, their GDP is higher than the UK, Italy, India, Brazil, Spain, Russia, France, Mexico, Canada, Thailand, Australia, Switzerland, South Korea, and Saudi Arabia. That is just how big, and that shows the scale of California as a state and its makeup anyway in contributing to the US GDP overall. Its GDP as a state is greater than a lot of top 10 countries, which is pretty insane to see in general. Flicking over, there was a great thread published by Hedera talking about 7 indisputable reasons why Hedera is about to disrupt the crypto space like never seen before. Before I read through this thread, I wanted to mention something really quick about this. So disrupt the crypto space like we've never seen before. As Hedera's ecosystem continues to develop, I want you all to stay very vigilant about projects that you see releasing in the environment. So what's obviously going to happen as the Hedera ecosystem does expand, a lot of people will move in because they see it as a great opportunity to make a lot of money. Now, that being said, a lot of the projects that we do see move in will probably be legit. It's the projects that aren't so legit that we need to be very careful of, and us as a community ensure that people do not effectively get scammed or sort of robbed by these projects. I will be doing my utmost on this channel to make sure the projects that I speak about going forward, new or old, and I have done from day dot, are reputable before I start to speak about them and don't have any malice intentions. So I had some questions about the energy trade token. I will cover it on a segment in this video. The reason I mentioned that was because there is no downside or potential for loss via token association. So it wasn't like you were interacting with a DApp that could take control of your wallet or perform operations on your behalf. Token association is very benign. So receiving airdrop tokens from a token association has literally zero risk, as far as I'm aware. Hence why I covered it in the video. I will not cover stuff on this channel that I haven't personally researched, and I am willing to put my money on the line first. That's kind of how I roll, and I'll be keeping it that way. That being said, let me just sort of read through this quickly. Stuff that I've covered 10 times before on the channel. However, it's always great to restate why, for the new viewers, Hedera is superior. So, number 1, superior technology. Hedera's backbone is its unique Hashgraph consensus mechanism, highest grade of security, ABFT, blazing fast transaction speeds, and hyper-connected gossip networks. Not only that, it's been built from the ground up to be enterprise grade. Simple as. Bulletproof network, the Hedera Hashgraph, ABFT, which is asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance, which effectively means it has the highest mathematically proven security a consensus algorithm itself can provide. In other words, unprecedented grade of resilience to internal and external attacks. Blazingly fast transactions, 10,000 plus per second. But not only that, the finality being in 3 to 5 seconds. You'll see this if you move stuff between wallets. Before you can even log into your other wallet, you've already received your tokens that you sent. Hedera is up to 4 times faster than most of the top blockchains on the market, and in some cases much faster. I did have an infographic I did a long time ago that's over on my Twitter and the community tab here on this channel, showing a comparison between a lot of layer ones. Predictably low fees because they are fixed. The average Hedera transaction fee is 0.0001 USD. Incredibly small transaction fees. Doesn't matter whether you send £1 or 10 million pound, it is fixed at that rate, which is what makes it enterprise grade as well. We've mentioned this many times on the channel before. The Green Knight, so its carbon footprint effectively being neutral or even negative in some scenarios. And we've got some blue chip projects as well building on the space like Dovu to try and help further reduce carbon emissions for users. That being said, it's only 0.00017 kilowatt hours per transaction. That essentially makes it carbon negative option for you. Plus, compared to top blockchains, Hedera is up to 5.2 million times greener. And then finally, the last couple of points, obviously strong community, 230,000 followers. Obviously, I've got a small amount of you over here on this YouTube channel, and obviously massive growth potential. Something that I cover almost every single video that I release on this channel is talking about the potential for Hedera and what we may see over the long term. Great article by them. Talking about Energy Trade Token, just wanted to give you guys a quick update. They have applied for a $500,000 Hbar foundation grant to help them get the project off the ground. They're still very loose on the information about what they're aiming to do. However, they would have had to have effectively documented that to the Hbar Foundation in their application. So you may see some more information soon. Closer to 400 unique accounts that have associated. ETT is apparently quite unique in that the token performs a double duty. It is the means of monitoring and also the means of trade. So hopefully we see some more information about them into the future. I will be covering it as soon as there is more information, a website, whatever it may be. All that being said, they have got the energytrade.io domain now registered, but there isn't any real information on here just yet. So I will cover that when it comes out. Great update here from Christian Hasker about the hackathon. So Hedera's first annual hackathon had around 250 participants, the second 500, 700, and just 1 year later, there are already nearly 1,800 with a couple of weeks left. Developers are flocking to the new fast green Solidity smart contract service with low fees. This is fantastic to see. A couple of weeks left to sign up and build your case for a portion of over $500,000 in prizes. This was effectively an event by Hedera to get developers on the network, get them familiar with Hedera and everything it could provide with the idea being that top projects would effectively receive some cash. Zepsi summarized this quite well, talking about how recently they've just actually hit 2,100 participants. And obviously, again, as we mentioned before, 13 times faster than Ethereum, low predictable gas fees, carbon negative, and grants from the Hbar Foundation. Hbar Foundation has also recently tweeted, I have covered Woo Network before because they did recently list Hedera as an asset on their exchange, but Woo Network will now actually be providing best-in-class liquidity to DeFi applications built on Hedera. This liquidity is essential and will enable the DeFi ecosystem to flourish. So these are those on-ramps they're talking about. Effectively, Woo Network is going to be one of the major on-ramps to the DeFi ecosystem for Hedera. Again, this is massive news and it's all coming at the right time. As I called many months ago, May was the month everything was going to start unfolding, and by all accounts, it's happening, and we should see some big updates in the coming weeks. Just wanted to leave this in here as well. The new Coinbase NFT marketplace has seen fewer than 110 transactions. Shame it wasn't built on Hedera. That being said, Dead Pixels, obviously off the back of their recent launch, great guys over there, and they are trying to do the community a further service, and they're cooking up something to help spread the word on the advantages of Hedera for the NFT space. Check out the announcement in the Discord server if you're a collector or creator and want to get involved. Basically, they want to amalgamate a big sort of news source for all the NFT projects in the Hedera space to make sure that everyone understands who is who and what everyone's doing. Wrapping up this video, as it's getting quite long now, I wanted to touch on this piece of news, and it's the first African emission reduction credit platform has been unveiled. to be known as CYNK. They will use Hedera Hashgraph, public decentralized ledger, to track emission reductions. So Kenya's biomass company is starting Africa's first verifiable emission reduction platform in a bid to benefit its own projects and those of other companies in the region that cut the production of climate warming gases. Again, this is a major step forward in that green, the green world in which we will all envisage in the future, and where majority of these enterprises and governments are moving to. Carbon credits are very important. Again, this should be ringing alarm bells in your heads, because Dovu has been covered on this channel many times, and it just goes to show the sheer scope of what Dovu could potentially do in the future, particularly when we're seeing projects like this roll out as well. So CYNK will set up with the money from the Hbar Foundation Sustainable Impact Fund, more than $100 million, which was announced in March. The foundation was set up by the Hedera Governing Council, so it had full sign-off from all of those. Great step forward and a great use case on Hedera. That being said, I want to wrap up the video as well talking about a CBDC use case, and that is MTech. MTech I did cover on the channel many months ago now, when it first dropped that they were working with Hedera and built on Hedera. However, they have just unveiled their first proof of concept CBDC in the African region. So it's another great step forward for Hedera's integration and potential use cases for CBDCs. So we've got green earth projects for carbon emissions tracking and reduction. We've got CBDCs, we've got DeFi ecosystems, we've got all sorts of stuff coming for Hedera, and it's fantastic to be a part of it. That being said, this wraps up this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, leave a comment if you guys have got something to say. Make sure you subscribe, as we're getting very close to that 2,000 subscriber mark. Also check me out on Twitter if you do use that. I post a lot of great information over there. Anyway, cheers for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.